All right, hello there. You're with Tom and Fern. I'm Tom.
I'm Fern.
All right,
Start crowing.
Start crowing. Last week, all you people who witnessed our last show heard my friend Fern. Fern, is it Fern? Yeah.
Fern.
Heard Fern say it was a no-brainer. Super Bowl was a no-brainer.
No, I thought what I said. I had no brains.
Well, that too. No, I said that. Then you said you did your worst Neil Diamond imitation. Sang "Sweet Caroline."
That wasn't edited out, Mike.
And picked the Panthers. I said Wade Phillips would do some more magic with the Denver D.
Well, you're gonna look at your own quote.
Yeah,
you should remember those words.
No. Listen, when things are immortal, you don't want to get them wrong.
I
right?
know, right,
you
right.
Know, it's like they're engraved in stones.
Right. I was very surprised, by the way.
Yeah, by what? Did I won or that you lost?
Well, I was shocked by that. Yeah. I was surprised by the game itself.
Why so, sir?
Well, I didn't really think Denver. Put it this way: if you look at Carolina's season, great season, but you really had to peel it back to look at who they beat. They had won a lot of games by a big margin, so I was worried if they got into a game where it was close, how would they react? How would they respond? They didn't respond well. Denver's defense, kudos, they ended up beating Brady and one of the best upcoming quarterbacks in Cam Newton. Yeah. So yeah, I was surprised by what they were able to do, and I bow down.
Thank you.
Hosanna.
Kudos.
To you, kudos.
Kudos.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was like a Girl Scout cookie.
Kudos Thin Mints.
All right, so worst post-game presser by a losing quarterback goes to Cam Newton, yes?
Cam Newton, the worst, the one I've seen. You don't stalk off after 2 minutes after losing the Super Bowl, which he did. Well, and his behavior on the field, he looked like Droopy Dog. He looked like he had drooping shoulders, not eliciting much confidence, showing much confidence.
You know, it's nice, Droopy Dog. The week before, Brady was the punching.
Right, he was the guy like coming back and
thing. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, you know what? And it's not the leaving part about it.
Right.
It's you show up and you just got this attitude. You do your nay and all this stuff. Right. Now you're the big man. You're happy. Oh, people don't understand me. They don't understand who I am. And then you show up and do that, give that performance. It's just ridiculous. Now it got me thinking about maybe the best post-game presser I've ever heard.
Right.
In terms of from a losing quarterback.
I
got it.
Graceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow's promise. 2008, they lose. They were hoping for an undefeated season. Tim Tebow, remember him?
Tim Tebow, yeah. I don't remember this particular press conference, but I talked to him after many a Gator wins and a few losses. You couldn't tell the difference. The guy was gracious, humble. That's really how you want to act. And he'd be the perfect guy to sort of mentor high school kids or just explain how his life has been.
You know, he apologized for the loss. They wanted to go undefeated. He said, I promise you one thing, some good's going to come out of this. Nobody's going to play as hard. Nobody's going to lead as much. And, the Gators ended up winning the rest of their games in their third national title. It was the best I've ever heard.
I'd like to hear that speech from him, his life story. I'd love to hear it.
It's on YouTube, I think.
I think it is, Tim.
Yeah.
I think it's
so, okay, baseball.
I was there. I was there Monday. Yeah. I'm surprised you weren't there. I'm surprised you weren't there helping lift the stuff out of the truck. You know, you're such an Orioles fan.
Well, I know, but I was setting up my locker.
You were.
Yeah.
You and Chris Davis, you were right next to him, right?
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
You know what, though? Chris Davis kind of wanted to move away from me because I make him look a little small.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
We won't go there.
All right, so spring training coming soon. At the Ed, March the 2nd, opening afternoon.
Yeah, but the pitches and catches report next week, the 18th for the Orioles.
Yeah,
that's kind of big.
There. So I'm going to say that the two of the keys to the Orioles will be Pat Tillman, pitcher, reverting back to his winning ways.
So he's coming back from the dead, Pat Tillman?
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to be the fifth? I know Dan Duquette's desperate to find a starter, but he's certainly not looking at Pat Tillman.
Oh, man, you got me. You got me there.
And then he's talking about Chris Tillman.
Oh, man. My bird beak has been bird beak has been removed.
Just like that Geico commercial. I can't get around you here.
Wow.
No, just a little faux pas. But we talked about Chris Tillman. Who's going to replace Chen?
Well,
who replaces Chen?
Well, they're actively courting Mr. Gallardo, Giovanni Gallardo. I think they may be.
I heard they're looking at Mike Cuellar too.
Yeah, they're
bringing him back.
Yeah, and McNally, they'll be back. And then they're also looking at. I think that one of the other keys will be Kevin Gausman. Does Kevin Gausman make that big step up?
He has
the potential to be a solid number 2, as good as they are. number 2, number 3 starters.
It's time for them to
it's
step
huge.
forward.
Yeah, it's huge.
I don't know. I know we were talking about something that really you came over yesterday. You were sort of hot to trot about it. ESPN. What's happening to ESPN? Apparently, the Disney stock, which owns ESPN, down 16% the last few months. They've lost 3 million subscribers. A lot of young people. A lot of young people are going to those box top things and just watching Netflix streaming. I mean, you thought about ESPN as being this big monolith.
Yeah, no.
What's the future?
Good in the
Right.
short term, still strong, but there's some fundamental issues for ESPN, for the cable networks, much like what the newspaper industry has encountered. But I think also the teams are they're going to start getting nervous about whether these huge contracts with the TV, with TV networks and cable, whether these will still continue. And I think they're going to have to start factoring that into their long-term economic outlooks. So, all right. So,
No, I think, yeah, these contracts run years in advance. Another 6 years, are they going to pony up 20% more than the $500 million they're paying right now?
No,
I doubt it.
yeah, and I mean, people are not going to pay that kind of money to watch you and me.
Right. Especially if you're saying Pat Tillman and Chris Tillman.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Man, that was bad.
That wasn't bad at all.
All right. Anything else?
Anything else? Got basketball games tonight. We got, like I said, spring training next week.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and how you know what? We can talk about this later, or maybe you and Lembo, your other partner,
Right.
can tell me how the Palmetto girls basketball team beats Lakewood Ranch in
Right.
the district finals and then has to face Lakewood Ranch again in the playoffs. That's crazy.
That's just the way of the bracketing. Usually you face the team once.
You beat a team once,
you shouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'll bring it up at our next meeting with Roger Daring, the head of the FHSAA.
All right, good.
Okay. Good to be back with you.
Yeah, you too. All right,
we'll
so
see you next week.
we'll have something really special, really special in store for next week.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Remember the promise.
All right.
See ya.
I remember it. See you.